Feeling stuck is doing everything you're supposed to and somehow still feeling wrong. It's when your body knows the truth before your head will admit it. For me, I was still functioning, still showing up, but still laying there at night thinking, is this it? Is this my lot? Is this me for the next 40 years? Like, where's my feeling of fulfillment? Surely I'm supposed to have found my thing, my calling by now. And surely, after 48 years of spinning around on this rock, I would have an idea of what Craigo is all about. And if you're a man over 40, you will know this feeling, because being stuck doesn't look dramatic. It looks like life cracking on while you are quietly pinned in place. Not like your legs stuck in a trap, but like a heavy lead blanket is weighing you down. You wake up, do what needs doing, tick the boxes, carry the weight, but nothing shifts. No excitement, no pull forward, no clear reason to change things, and no energy to keep them the same. That's stuck. You're not lost. You know roughly where you are. You know that if you found your thing, worked out your life's calling, knew that fulfillment, and dare I even say happiness, is guaranteed by doing this one thing, you would smash into that and hold nothing back. You would channel every ounce of your strength, resilience, discipline, tenacity, ingenuity, and grit into that thing. But the blanket is just too heavy. You just can't take the next step. I remember a moment when this hit me hard. I was sat right here. I had plenty to do, but none of it was mine. I had a to-do list as long as your arm, but none of it for me. I desperately wanted someone to write, go and do something that makes you happy. Go and do something that makes you feel alive again. Go be you. Have an hour. Put a smile on your face. Don't worry about the bins, the grass, the shopping, work, fixing the heating. Go do whatever you want. But I couldn't move. Not because I was broken, not because I was scared, because every direction felt the same. Everything was moving around me, but I felt detached from it all. I genuinely questioned it all. And then I cried. My eyes welled up and even my freaking chin started shaking. And with tears in my eyes, and for some reason I looked up at the clouds, and in my mind, I just said help. Forward felt heavy, left and right felt pointless, backwards just felt like giving up, and staying here felt wrong. And that's how men get stuck, not through chaos, through responsibility without direction. You spend years doing what needs to be done, providing, fixing, supporting, and somewhere along the way, your own wants get postponed, then ignored, then ultimately forgotten. You tell yourself you'll sort it later, when things calm down, when there's more space, when the timing's better. Later never comes. And one day, you realise you've built a life that works, but doesn't move you. And here's the part that most lads don't say out loud. Being stuck isn't laziness. It isn't weakness. It isn't failure. It's what happens when a man has been strong for too long, without checking whether direction still makes sense. You keep pushing, because that's what blokes do, isn't it? In the Marines, we had the joke that as long as you walked around with a clipboard looking like what you're doing is really urgent and important, the hierarchy will just leave you alone. And it dawned on me that that's exactly what I was doing in my own life now. I'd gotten to the point that if my wife had said to me, fuck it, I'll sort this, I'll do the garden, I'll do the grass, I'll sort out the heating, go and do whatever you want, I wouldn't have a clue where to start. I'd strayed so far from me, I didn't even know what my hobbies were. I had got so caught up in living up to other people's decisions or fixing other people's mistakes. I was like the proverbial elephant held by a tiny sapling, a beast with so much power and potential reduced to a subservient tool. One where their masculinity was great for hauling shopping bags and fixing the sewer pipe, but God forbid you say something blokey. So you end up asking, is this it? Is this actually my life? Is this who I'm becoming? So you stay busy. At least you're useful then. At least you can stay needed in that way. But the stuckness hardens. You feel it in small ways. Irritation, restlessness, a short fuse, a constant low-level frustration you just can't explain. You're not unhappy enough to change everything, but not content enough to relax. That middle ground is where men quietly disappear. Your rough edges that formed your shape as a teenager or a young adult get rounded off. You fit better that way. For me though, I have this deep-rooted belief that with the way society is going, I will be called upon to step up again. Like the saying goes, good times make weak men. And as a whole, society has had it pretty good. But weak men make bad times. And this is why we need to break free. We need to take a step. We cannot let life wear away our edges, because bad times will come and we need to be ready. But how? Here's my take on it. You don't get unstuck by forcing movement. Think back to your BMX days, where your wheel got stuck in a rut as a kid. You're flying along, you can't get your front wheel out, and eventually you just tumble. You have to slow down so you can lift your wheel out and move on. You get unstuck by slowing down and creating space. Real space. Not distraction, not entertainment, not noise, not, right, I'll go sort your shit out because it will give me 30 minutes of peace. Intentional space, where you don't have to perform, where no one needs anything from you, where you can sit with the discomfort long enough to understand it, where you can work out how you feel about things. Being stuck isn't the problem, it's the signal. It's your system telling you that the way you've been living no longer fits who you are. But signals only help if you stop long enough to listen. That's why so many men stay stuck for years. We're waiting for motivation. We have all the motivation we need, or we wouldn't get out of bed in the morning. We're just motivated to do the wrong things. We're waiting for permission, like a fox that you found as a young pup struggling, and then you nurture him back to life, and then eventually you've got to let him go, and you take him outdoors, and you're like, go on, little fella. And he looks at you, looks back at you as if to say, I really want to go and be a fox, but can I? That's like us. Now, maybe you're waiting for your next crisis, because good old Craigo saves the day again. But the crisis doesn't help, and permission isn't coming. Movement only returns when a man chooses to step away from the life that's gripping him long enough to remember himself. Now, I don't mean jack in your marriage and put your kids up for adoption. I mean, find you. Now, in February, I'm taking 10 blokes to subarctic Sweden for a reset. Not to fix us, not to stir up motivation in us, but to get the one thing modern life never gives us: space. Cold air, silence, distance from the routines that keep us stuck, and a chance to create a spark, light a flame, and will get your front wheel out of the rut. Out there, men become different people. They remember what matters and what doesn't, what they're willing to keep carrying and what they should ditch. And when that clarity returns, movement comes back, naturally. All of a sudden your head knows the truth. Your mind and body are congruent. You go from spinning in one spot like a Catherine wheel, burning itself out, to a rocket hurtling into the sky. And I've never met a bloke who doesn't want to be a motherfucking rocket man. Now, if this video hits something in you, it's probably because you're not broken. You're just stuck. And staying stuck costs more than stepping away ever will. Don't keep waiting for things to change on their own. They won't. Create space. Find your next honest step. But above all else, don't be a